So Nathan Thompson. Nathan Thompson is a flat earther. Surprise. And he runs, as he will tell you in almost every video, he runs the largest flat earth Facebook group. And he will go around and harass passersby and try and proselytize to them about flat earth and biblical literalist Christianity, because he is a biblical literalist to the extent that he takes the talk about the firmament in Genesis and says, yes, that's literally true. The earth is flat. And he has these pamphlets that he passes out, which we've covered before, and we've debunked the points on them before, and plenty of other people have done the same. I think Simon Dan has also done it much more competently than myself, considering he actually has like a background in science knowledge, and I do not. I have a background in making fun of people. So here we have Nathan Thompson chasing women on bikes that clearly don't want to talk to him. Oh, he also got arrested. He also got if we got ancient wisdom, then bingo. Someone has bingo. Cool. Send me your bingo card. Oh, someone has it already. Schlock. Is Schlock the first one? Okay, I'll check your card. Nathan Thompson also got in trouble before because he literally went to a school playground. Ancient wisdom, demonstrate, chat, numerology, word salad. Nice. You got it. Schlock. Let me see. Do you have a... You already have a sub. I will write your name down, and then when your sub comes up, you can ask me to gift you a sub that I owe you, or you can gift it to someone else if you so choose at some point. Where? SCHLOCK. Cool. Does Hans's orange thing count as spurious symbology?
There's nothing funny about the tools.
Since it already counts under numerology, I don't know if I'm going to count spurious symbology too. Antipodian Squid with a bit. Or not a bit. Thank you, Antipodian Squid, for gifting a sub to Cats Are Neat too. Nice. Thank you very much. It's a 0, not an O. Yeah, I got it. I wrote it down as a 0. I know it is. I just assumed it was still pronounced schlock because it's kind of what it spells out. Unless it is 0, but I assume it's still pronounced schlock. Anyway, so back to Nathan. Nathan has been reprimanded, and I think he was arrested for bothering children on a school playground and going up to the fence and telling the kids, come here, I have something for you kids. Which, hey, if you're an adult, here's a good tip. Don't go to a playground at a school and tell children to come here because you have something for them. You're pronouncing it right. Changed it recently. Okay. Just checking. So anyway, here he is harassing people on a trail somewhere.
Of the earth, cause and effect. That's not even a cause and effect relationship. Wow. Look how nice it is on the trail. Oh! Holy!
You're fine. You're okay.
In the NASA backpack. Bam.
Work for NASA. No, the earth is not flat.
Well, I've tested it for 5 years. Well, what's your best? I've debated a half dozen NASA employees. They all run away.
Hey, bud, they're not running away, at least not from the argument. They're running away from the crazy person who thinks the earth is flat. They work for NASA. They're not under an obligation to have a discussion with you. Like, imagine if... What would be a good example of this? Let's say well, you don't believe in gravity either, so that's not even a good explanation, because you just be like, yeah. Imagine if I went to a historian of United States history, and their focus is on the Revolutionary period, like, around the time of the American Revolution. And I say to them, debate me, historian! I don't think the Revolutionary War happened, and George Washington is a hoax. Why would they take some of their time, especially because these NASA employees are literally on their day off and just going to, like, have fun and go on a bike ride? Why on their day off would they spend their time arguing with an abject moron? Why would they do that? They're not going to change your mind because you weren't reasoned into believing the Earth was flat. You believe it as a point of religious doctrine. So nothing they say, even though it's been evidenced and proven time and time and time again that the Earth is not flat. Why are they going to waste their time? Because it's been proven, and you still believe it's flat. It's ridiculous.
Oh, God, I'm not
I'm just flat, everybody, bye. This brain is flat. And my mom, do not tell her that.
No, don't tell your mom.
No, she will do that.
Why does Nathan not get the message that people are sending him that he should not be talking to children? Stop it, Nathan. Stop talking to other people's children. Weren't you already, like, on probate? There was a restraining order where basically you weren't allowed to go, like, anywhere near the school, and that if you go near it again, they're gonna arrest you. Like, have you not learned your lesson about, like, talking to children about this stupid flat Earth stuff? Did he get raised in a cult, or did he adopt it? He adopted it. He adopted it.
It is Photoshop, but it has to be. It is Photoshop, but it has
I don't get, and it's weird to me, creationists will do this too. Like, Nathan will, as an insult or a pejorative, will call science a religion. It's not. But the thing is, Nathan's entire justification for a lot of his beliefs are based on his religion. He's a biblical literalist, right? He thinks the Bible is 100% true, and that's part of the reason he thinks the Earth is flat. So why is calling something else a religion an insult when your motivation is almost entirely religious? Science isn't a religion, but if you think it is, wouldn't that mean that if you're insulting something else by calling it a religion, you're also insulting your own belief, which is deeply religious in nature? Just seems contradictory.
It is Photoshop, but it has to be.
What you're seeing here is a mirage.
A lie is a lie.
Wow. Look how nice it is on the trail.
It's crashing.
Oh! Holy!
You're fine.
How in the heck did the kid fall in there? Oh, God. I'm gonna...
You're fine.
So let's rewind a bit. Brian and I are out with his two daughters, Cosmo
Okay, at least it's like the daughters of someone he knows. The context matters there. That's good. I still think these kids are going to be taught a lot of really, really bad information, but at least it's with the parents', like, consent? I don't know. It's not morally right, but it is legally better than what I thought it was.
Apology smacking Christians.
At least I can do it.
Let me see if I can flat smack them real quick. Quick question, you folks know anyone reads the Bible?
I do.
Genesis 1 says there's a firmament with the sun, the moon, and stars in the firmament. Later, go. You tell them.
It's true in the
She gets
sense that
right to the
Bible
point.
says this, not that it's congruent with reality.
Oh, okay.
I already know that.
That's gold. That's gold.
I'm just glad everybody bye.
Someone did get bingo, yes. Schlock got bingo.
I'm on camera. I feel like my knees brain.
Enlid, to an extent, it's kind of the same people who follow QAnon. Flat earthers like him think flat earth stuff is the work of Satan. I assume we mean round earth stuff. And what he's doing is saving children from demonic forces. Yeah, Dan Olson over at Folding Ideas on YouTube has like an hour something long documentary on this called Finding Flat Earth. And it involves him doing experiments showing that the earth is round. And also him talking about flat earth and QAnon and how they're related. It's really good. Check it out.
It's flat.
You scratch your knee?
No, I did not scratch my knee. And my mom, do not tell her that.
Oh, don't tell your mom.
No, she would do that.
Yeah, that. You folks wouldn't happen to read a Bible, would you?
Yes, we do.
I've been reading it for about 10 years. 5 years ago, I found out that cosmology in the Bible is different than what they're teaching kids in school. Way different.
180 degrees different.
Complete opposite.
I need your help.
So, and then I started a research group. Now we got 140,000 people in the group.
Research group. A bunch of dummies on Facebook circle jerking about their false information is research now. Good to know.
And nobody can prove there's downward earth curve or that the earth moves. God says it's immovable, it's on pillars, foundations.
Has 4 corners.
So if people want to believe in this spinning ball thing,
I get weird schadenfreude when, like, someone like this, who's an even deeper, like, he's not just a biblical literalist. He is the most biblical literalist, where he's even taking the flat earth stuff from the Bible and applying it to the real world. I kind of like when certain Christians are confronted with this, because, like, yeah, that is what the Bible says. The Bible does imply the earth is flat. How do you mesh that with the fact that we know that's not the case? J.R. Chadwick, watching this man is like watching failure crap its pants.
it's a religious belief. It's not scientific. It's not based on reality or biblical. Yeah. So I just wanted to share with you guys. Are we the first 2 flat earthers you ever met? Yeah. Yes! High five, Brian! You always remember the first. You always remember the first. Well,
We've been there.
yeah.
We understand that it sounds crazy.
But we're already Christians, right? I mean, we think a guy was dead for 3 days, climbed out of a tomb and went to heaven, right? I mean, that alone is pretty wild.
He's accidentally making a good point.
So to say, hey, they might be lying about the shape of the earth, big deal, you know, big deal. So, nice to meet you too. Well, thanks for taking my flyer, guys. My email's on there if you ever have any questions or anything. All right, well, I'm gonna leave you guys because you're too slow. And I need to go share some flyers. Maybe if I rode backwards the whole time, you could keep up. I'll just ride backwards like this.
That way. Going that way.
We're going down the trail. All right, let me see. Maybe if I just ride backwards, I'll go as slow as you guys. Whoa!
Almost.
Skip fast forward a few minutes. We're on the trail, and
Wow. Look how nice it is on the trail.
This is crashing.
Oh! Holy!
You're fine. You're fine, honey.
That sucks.
Holy moly.
That must have hurt. Riding your bike into that? How?
You're fine. You're fine, baby.
Holy smokes.
You're fine, baby. Way to go, dude.
Wow, that was a big fall.
Wow.
That was a big fall, sweetheart.
I forgot this was
Ooh, that does look like it would hurt. Oh, God.
here, man.
I didn't even see it when I rode by.
so we get her back to the car to dry off, and this is where we meet the NASA employee.
It's a weird thing to keep in the YouTube video. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, don't
QAnon's been banned on Facebook. Oh, thank God.
ride off a cliff.
You'll see what we're talking about when you go.
Oh, you must be one of those flat earthers.
I don't get a lot of credit for my comedy, but this was gold. She said there are no cliffs, and I said you must be one of those flat earthers.
Why are you explaining the joke? We all just saw it. You don't need to pause the video to explain the joke, Nathan.
Yep.
You're a smart guy.
Oh, this one says it's flat too.
There's a lot of flat earthers out there.
Oh, God. What do we got? Do we have Flat Earth on here somewhere? I don't have it.
Yep. I've met like...
I've never met one.
We're the first. Oh, hold on real quick then. I have this handy dandy flyer for your... I'm going to put it in your NASA backpack.
No one
Look,
wants
look,
your
look,
weird
this is awesome,
flyers
'cause I'm
full
filming it.
of lies.
In the NASA backpack. Bam.
Sorry, I work for NASA. No, the Earth is not flat.
And this is when the party
There's nothing
starts.
funny about the tools of
Well, I've tested it for 5 years.
Well, but I work
part
for
of
that
the
for 20 years. The Earth is not flat.
D-Dog with $5. Good evening, Hannah. I used to watch you and Jake a lot back in the day, but I wanted to ask you a serious question. Do you have a genuine beef with the quartering? It seems when you and Jake discuss him, there's some genuine malice in your voices. Oh, that's because I don't like Jeremy, because I think he's an awful person. Like, I don't wish any ill on Jeremy, but the reason I don't like Jeremy is because he cultivates a really, really gross, like, anti-SJW audience that pushes them down a pipeline to, like, the right. It's very annoying. It's degrading the way he talks about people like Brie Larson. He's just a big douche. So that would be why. Dr. Gamble with 10 bits. The chasing scenes look like something out of a horror movie. It's like, how do I put this? You said you've watched me and Jake for a long time. I feel about Jeremy the same way I feel about someone like Ray Comfort, right? People who are pushing a bad ideology that is toxic and false, and I don't like people who do things like that. So, as part of my job, I discuss them and try and debunk the stupid things they say.
Well, what's your best? I've debated a half dozen NASA employees. They all run away.
Oh, God, I'm not running away. I'm just going down.
It's fine. I'll get on my skateboard. I'll meet you up there. I'll be filming. Hopefully you got some good evidence. All right, well, I'm going to go catch up with a NASA employee.
Nah, they're all around here. They think they know everything.
I know.
Because they work for NASA.
I put a flat earth flyer in a NASA employee's NASA backpack. How funny is that?
That's great.
So fast forward to a few minutes later, I catch up with the NASA employee on the trail.
Oh, that's great. Let's harass someone who clearly doesn't want to talk to you. That's usually a good move. I'm telling you guys, Nathan is going to wind up in jail. He's already been arrested once for this stuff when he did it to a bunch of children. If he continues to harass people like this, and it really seems like he's not going to stop, because this is from 17 hours ago. This isn't some old video. He is going to get arrested and put in jail. Not prison, probably, but he's going to get put in jail probably for like a month or something for harassing people or for doing some other thing related to this. It's not cool.
And this is what she had to say.
All right, so you're like the 7th NASA employee I've ran into, and I run the largest flat earth group in the world.
Well, that's wonderful.
So that's fine, you can say I'm wrong. But what is the evidence that I'm wrong?
The chasing scene looks like something out of a horror movie.
I want to...
Like a Sam Raimi thing where it's just towards the thing, yeah.
Works for NASA.
So does she.
Oh, okay, great. So,
You know what? Get away from me.
So what's the proof?
Hey, bud, I'll go back to my metaphor. If I walk up to a historian on their day off and they've spent 20 years working, again, in the field of, like, revolutionary American history, and I say something to the effect of them, haha, George Washington was not real. George Washington was a reptoid. And he came and he pretended to be George Washington and he incited the American Revolution, except also I don't think the American Revolution happened. And that guy says, oh boy, I've been a historian for 20 years. None of what you just said is true. No. And they walk away. And then I chase them down and I'm like, no. I am the most important person in the world, and if my ignorance is not sated, then you need to be harassed. So tell me why you think the Revolutionary War happened and why George Washington was not a lizard man. And they just basically tell me to F off. That's within their right, man. Not every single position, especially a fringe, crazy position like yours, needs to be directly discussed at your own discretion. Your position is so wrong, you deserve to be brushed off every time you try and have a legitimate discussion with someone. Seriously. You are so wrong, it's not even worth addressing. That's how wrong you are. Like, you basically bursted into, like, a math classroom, and you're like, 2 + 2 equals toasted fish sandwich! And you expect everyone else to explain why you're wrong. When you're not... Have you ever heard the phrase, you're not even wrong? The things you believe are so stupid, they don't even breach the threshold of being wrong. They're just nonsense.
You said it was proven. I'll talk to you. What's your proof?
Proven in by science.
Science is cause and effect. So.
Science is cause and effect. Science is a method of determining facts about reality. What do you mean science is cause and effect?
So how's the shape of the Earth cause and effect? That's not even a cause and effect relationship.
What are you talking about? A cause... You don't need to see literally a cause and effect. You can just make observations, right? Like, I think the initial person who figured out, like, the shape of the Earth and circumference, roughly, was someone in ancient Greece, and they did so by observing the position of the sun relative to two different cities, and they did some calculations, and they were pretty close to figuring out, like, the circumference of the Earth. They weren't perfect, but they were pretty darn close, considering, like, what they were working with in terms of observations. Science can be deriving conclusions from observations you make of experimentation, right? And these experiments have already been done. We're beyond the point of just experimentation on the shape of the Earth. We know so much about the Earth. We know so much about the Earth that we've been able to develop rockets and go into space and take pictures of the Earth. And I know Nathan is under the impression, like, all NASA photos are fake, they're photoshopped, when what he means is many pictures of the Earth, not all, but many, are composite images. And I've explained this before, but the reason that a lot of the photos that we see of Earth from space are composite is because satellites that take pictures of Earth are still very close to the surface. They're in orbit, but the Earth is a huge object. Not huge in terms of, like, relative to other things. I mean, there are bigger planets just in our solar system, and of course the sun is huge compared to the Earth, and the sun isn't even that big of a star. But compared to the satellite and its distance from it, the Earth is quite large. So much like taking a panoramic photo on your camera phone, all phones are camera phones. I feel old after saying that. But when you take a panoramic photo of with your phone, you take a series of images, and then the thing in your phone, the program, stitches those images together into a composite. That doesn't mean the thing you were taking a picture of is fake. It just means you took a multitude of pictures and then stitched them all together to get a bigger image of what you are seeing. And the same thing applies to a lot of the images you have on Earth.
Be a simple observation. Either you observe a ball or you observe it flat. So this is the kind of scientific... Yeah, no, it's fine.
On a bike ride. We really don't appreciate this.
That's fine. I'll leave. I just think it's funny every time.
What a coward. If you're going to try and have some snarky asshole line which you're wrong about in the first place, then say it to their face. And stop harassing these people. Seriously, Nathan, you need to learn about boundaries, and you need to understand, hey, if someone says, no, I don't want to have a conversation with you, that's the end of the discussion, and you walk away. You're harassing people. And not only are you harassing people, you're stupid enough to post it on the internet.
Every time I try to talk to a NASA employee, they just
This is not the time.
don't want to talk.
No problem. I'll have a nice talk with you.
Well, my email's on the flyer.
Got it.
I could set up a debate on Modern Day Debate. It's a neutral platform.
Modern Day Debates is trash. Modern Day Debates is trash. Oh, we're so neutral. We're so neutral that we'll have people come on and debate, was 9/11 an inside job? Yikes. What's next, Modern Day Debates? You're gonna do a debate on Holocaust denialism? Ridiculous.
And we could have a nice moderated discussion.
Great. I'll contact
You're up for that? I'd pay you.
Hey, bud, she's just trying to get rid of you because she's trying to enjoy her day off with a friend, and you're a creep who is harassing her.
For your time. It's just all the NASA employees and professors I run into, they just run away.
I'm not running away. I'm on a bike ride.
You told me that earlier. And then I came up here. While you're riding, I just wanted to know what's your best proof we live on a ball.
You're taping me right now.
Of course, you're in public.
Well, but I don't really want to talk to you right now.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to say anything.
Someone being in public doesn't mean you can harass them. Like, in many places, if someone's in public, you can probably film them. But if someone's telling you, like, I don't want to engage with you, and you keep trying to, like, get in their face and be like, answer my questions, talk to me, why don't you want to talk to me? That's not necessarily legal.
You don't have to say anything.
We don't also want to listen to you.
I mean, you're the one running around with your NASA bag telling everyone you work for NASA. So obviously
My bag holding my...
you want to say that, right? That's okay to say, but you don't want to give me any proof the Earth's a ball?
I want to point out what she did here, which was volunteer the information she worked for NASA, volunteer the information she thought I was wrong,
Yes.
but then gave no evidence for it.
She's not obligated to. She's just telling you to F off. That's all that's all she wants to do. That's all she has to do. Bud, this has been explained to you many times. The evidence for the Earth being round has been evidenced many times, even by flat earthers. Look at globe busters and their various experiments that have accidentally shown the Earth is round. You guys know the evidence. The problem is you don't accept it because it doesn't fit your already believed worldview that the Earth is flat. Your primary belief is that the Bible is literally true, and anything that goes against what the Bible says has to be false. So even when the evidence shows, again, time and time again, that the Earth is in fact round, that we've been to space, that we have pictures from space and from the moon, you go, well, I just automatically have to say that that's fake because it doesn't fit with my already believed worldview. It's a bias of monumental proportions. And I wish you'd at least admit it. At least just say, I don't care what the evidence is. I believe the Earth is flat because the Bible says so. Because really, that's what you believe. And that's a stupid belief. But hey, this is America, man. You can have whatever stupid belief you want. I just wish you'd be honest about it.
And said she didn't want to talk to me. Oh, how convenient.
You know what? No proof the Earth's a ball. Really. Adios.
Medium Mikey
See
21,
you
thank you
later.
for following. I missed your follow earlier.
I find it interesting how she wants to tell me she works for NASA, and wants to tell me I'm wrong. It was proven the Earth is round,
Yes, because it has been.
but doesn't want to give me any evidence, pretends that my camera is a ray gun, and then stops the conversation by almost causing an accident. Excellent. Well, I don't want to cut this video short because this was a beautiful ride, so I'll let you guys tune in to the rest of it. Hope you enjoy the scenery. Hope you enjoyed the activism earlier. Please don't support my activism because nobody does anyways. I got all the help I need in the world. It's called the Father in Heaven, and He puts the right people in place. So if you're one of those people that keeps me going, thank you. Everyone else who enjoys my videos, thank you also for watching. Please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you in the next heavily censored and demonetized video.
Worst. He really is. I'm really questioning wanting to email him and interviewing him on a special like Tinfoil Tuesday episode. Not a debate. I'm not having a debate with him. There's nothing to debate. The Earth is round. But just a discussion. An actual discussion about him as a person and his beliefs and why he believes them. But I also don't necessarily want to give him a platform to spew nonsense, so I'm very on the fence about it. I don't know.
There's nothing funny about
Enlid with 10 bits. Yes, censored and demonetized by those NASA people that are controlling the big red guy with horns and a pitchfork. Stellar Sea Cow. I have an idea for a special Tinfoil Tuesday. Quote, the American curse.
There's nothing funny
I'm not
about
sure what
the
that
tools
is.
of capitalism.
Dillahunty him, Hannah. I don't have the debate skills to do that. That's for sure. I am many things. A good debater is not one of them. That's why I don't do them
There's
almost
nothing funny
ever.
about the tools of capitalism.
Antipodian Squid with 140 bits. He'd try and turn it into a debate and ask you for proofs of Earth curve. Sure. And I could provide it. All they'd have to do. And again, I'm not a researcher. I'm not a scientist. But all you gotta do is Proof the Earth is round. 10 easy ways you can tell if the Earth is flat or not. The moon. Yeah, we know the moon is round. You can see it during lunar eclipses. Because if the Earth was flat, then the shadow in front of the moon wouldn't look like that. Only a sphere can cast that kind of shadow on the moon. Ships on the horizon. Again, this has been explained. They'll say that it's just refraction, and that if you use certain cameras, it'll bring it back into the focus. To an extent, yes, but still, again, if it continues going, it will go onto the horizon. Varying star constellations. This observation was originally made by Aristotle, who declared the Earth was round, judging from the different constellations one sees while moving away from the equator. But again, Nathan's belief is not one based on evidence. It's one based on his biblical literalist worldview. So no matter what I show him, he's not going to be able to... What's the word I'm thinking of? He's not going to be able to integrate that properly because he's an ideologue, and people cannot argue in good faith and absorb new information that goes against their belief when they're like that. Dan Olson's video, just link Dan Olson's video where he shows the curve of a lake in his camera contraption. Yeah, I don't know how Nathan would feel about that. I'm sure he's seen that video. It's quite popular. Finding flat Earth. Oh, In Search of Flat Earth, that's what it's called. If you haven't seen this, check this out. This is Folding Ideas. Dan Olson has a great documentary on Flat Earth and QAnon and how the two intersect. I just linked it in the chat. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out later. It is fantastic content. He does, just to give you an overview, he talks about this lake in Canada where he lives, and he goes to the lake, and he does observations with his camera and math, and shows, obviously that the Earth is round. He then talks about Flat Earth, where it came from, how it grew, talks about other people covering Flat Earth. He talks about conspiracy mindsets and how they propagate and why they work the way they work. Then he gets into QAnon and that spread and what the believers of that believe and how ridiculous it is. And he just sort of goes over sort of how people get into this worldview and hopefully how you can get them into a situation where they no longer believe it. So check that video out for sure. It's fantastic, fantastic stuff.